Here we run and go, ladies and gentlemen. Allez, le bleu dans Londres, Chelsea. Oh, okay, brave. Quadruple winners, Paris Saint-Germain. Chelsea ain't got a chance. Chelsea gonna get slapped. I have no words. Chelsea 3. 1, 2, 3. Paris Saint-Germain. Nil points. No goals. But 1 red card. A whole rattled lineup, bench, coaching staff, and a ruddy good time for Chelsea Football Club, who are champions of the world for 4 years. 4 years. You get to carry this for 4 friggin' years. We get to wear the badge on the shirt for 4 years. Champions of the world. Don't care what you're saying, champions of the world. Shut up, we're champions of the world. You don't know anything. Chelsea are champions of the world. I mean, I think this intro needs to go on for longer. Okay, I'm desperately trying not to swear. Composure. Full time is just blown. I'm going to watch the trophy lift after I do this. I wanted to do a visceral reaction. Cole Palmer. What is it now? 8, 9 goal involvements in finals. 2 goals and an assist. A beautiful Joao Pedro goal. An amazing performance from a goalkeeper called Robert Sanchez, which we need to dissect and find out what this bread has taken before he got on the pitch. Amazing performances from Malo. Just everyone. Everyone was great. Joao Pedro, the striker. We're going to look at this, guys. We're going to look at the performance. But we need to talk about this. Paris Saint-Germain, people are talking about how this team is generational. They're changing football. We haven't seen a team like this since Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. This is a seminal moment in footballing history. Slapped on the behind 3 times by Enzo Maresca, who set up perfectly. And we absolutely cooked. The first part... I can't talk, man. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well. Really do hope that. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new, because we are going to crowbar into this big, beautiful barrel of world champions. Take the freaking thing off, man. I'm melting. All right. Well, we can't have that hair on display. Let's get into it then. Yeah, PSG are really ruddy good. In the semi-final, they slapped Real Madrid 4-0. They beat Inter Milan 5-0 in the final. I think they slapped Atletico 4-0 as well. Bayern Munich 2-0. Very good win recently. They are the best team in world football. Or are they? I don't know why that did another transition. What a performance, man. I'm going to probably dig into this a little bit more in future videos, or, let's milk this cow until the cows come home. But I'm so impressed. The lead up to this, people were getting excited because of the noises coming from the Chelsea camp. Reece was like, yeah, we're going to win. Colwill was like, yeah, we're not Real Madrid, we're not Inter, we're not going to do what they do. Who are massive clubs, by the way. They've both won trebles, Inter and Real Madrid. Young Colwill, how was he, 21? He's like, yeah, we're not those guys, we're going to do way better. And we slapped him. We absolutely dismantled them. There was head loss. In that opening 8 minutes, Luis Enrique was looking around at his coaching staff on the bench like, what the actual is going on here? How are they doing this? What are they doing? And how are they doing this? And I must say, it was ruddy lovely. Look at this freaking PSG team. Gigi Donnarumma, who I've been talking about, that story about him to Chelsea. We got the best goalkeeper in the world, apparently. More on him later. And yes, I'm obviously being a little bit silly with that, tongue-in-cheek. The only player they're missing is Pacho, and of course they brought in Beraldo, who's got the highest rating in the back line here, because they got all, they just got taken apart, surgically dismantled by Enzo Maresca, the Chelsea manager. Ballon d'Or frontrunner, Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Doué, the fabled midfield, the historic head loss from Joao Neves, the young player. So, Chelsea set up. We need to learn how we set up, okay? We had Rob Sanchez in goal, and we will talk about player performances. Gusto. So I think Gusto and Pedro Neto are holding the width. I think Cucurella, yes, yeah, there we go. So Gusto, as you can see on the right, sort of holding the width. Pedro Neto holding the width on the left. Cucurella sort of inverting at times. In terms of the centre-backs, yeah, right centre-back, left centre-back, Trev and Levi. So it was really interesting half space occupation. Reece James sort of as it was double pivot there kind of, but Caicedo, as you can see, has license to go everywhere. Reece James holding the right pocket more, and that's probably because Caicedo was being assisted with Cucurella in the left pocket. So that's how they're sort of occupying the right spaces. Really interesting stuff. And then Fernandez, who's kind of like a number 10, but, interestingly held out of possession at left pocket where Cucurella was. So really, players in kind of slightly different places. So we know Pedro Neto was holding the left width on the left, often by himself because you had Gusto on the right, often accompanied by Cole Palmer. There you go, who was very much holding the width on the right, and there was overlaps from Gusto, as you can see sometimes there. But Palmer as a right winger, this is like prime Pochettino Palmer when he was doing well before. To be honest, he did his best work under Pochettino when he was moved inside to accommodate Noni. But and then the guy up front, there's some guy called Joao Pedro, who looks mustard. As you can see here from his touch map, he's touched the ball everywhere but the 18-yard box, really. Proper false nine, this geezer. And, Liam Delap obviously coming off the bench, looking good as well. We all run through player performances. 4 subs used, Nkunku, Dewsbury Hall, Delap, Santos. And then, yes, we had to see substitutes from Luis Enrique. And we do have, dare I say, we have a stronger bench. I do genuinely think that. Bakula is the other superstar, and Zaire Emery is like the 4th choice midfielder. So let's look at the stats. Chelsea had less possession, but that's fine because we slapped him. We played on the break. By the way, can I just say, I said we should set up this game 4-4-2. Like Championship Manager, Football Manager, like out of possession, run the channels. And if you did that on Football Manager, you wouldn't have played Joao Pedro. You would have played Delap and Jackson, just running constantly on the breaks and the channels. Yeah, I said Maresca won't do that and that he shouldn't do that. And he didn't. And it worked. But we did press really interestingly out of possession. This is something maybe I wanted to talk about in another video, but I'll talk about it now. Chelsea historically in recent times, and indeed a lot of like elite teams, out of possession press in a 4-4-2. We did it under Pochettino. We've done it under Maresca the first season. It was usually like Gallagher and was it Gallagher and Palmer or Gallagher and it was Palmer and Nico. But this was free pressing out of possession, and to accommodate for that, we had a back 5. So it was a 5-2-3 out of possession. So we were defending the width of people as wing backs basically. But instead of pressing with a front 2, we had a front 3, which essentially was the front 3. It was Neto, Palmer, and Joao Pedro, and it worked really, really well. So we had 34% possession, but that's totally fine because we went 3-0 up, and we were like, take the ball. In the great words of Jose Mourinho, they can take the ball home, we'll take 3 points. Or in this instance, the Club World Cup trophy, which indicates we're the champions of the freaking world, bro. Big chances 3, goals 3. We still had more shots than them. We had more goalkeeper saves, Robert Sanchez. The first half, 2 big chances, yet 3 goals. And yeah, man, let's walk through it then. 22nd minute, we had a really strong start. We nearly scored in like the 6th to 8th minute, an absolute worldie. It was a beautiful move. A Joao Pedro flick back heel to Cole Palmer, who just puts it wide, like centimetres. It would have been a world-class goal, and it would have meant Cole Palmer would have had a hat-trick and an assist in this game. But from that moment, social media was exploding. Chelsea are cooking. Chelsea are cooking. What's going on with Chelsea? My word. So Cole Palmer scores that goal. Gusto with the assist. Gusto, we'll talk about him in a moment. And then again, another beautifully taken goal by Cole Palmer, who sits down, I think it's Beraldo, and just sort of curls it gently into the corner. And in 30 freaking minutes, we're cooking. And this is when the Qataris put the money in the bank account of the referee. Because as you can see here, card. I'll say it now. Stone wall penalty not given to Chelsea. Joao Pedro is in the box. He gets pulled down by his shirt, the front of his shirt in the box. It's a penalty. So many fouls weren't given to us. A stone wall penalty wasn't given to us. I'll just get that in now in case I forget it. And And he was handing out cards like nothing to Chelsea players. But it's almost like they got an ear like this, to make this a bit more of a contest, Allegedly, speculatively, whatever. Cover my buttocks. It was absolute bollocks. That's what it was. So 3 consecutive cards, but then Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer getting involved in every single goal scored in this game. An assist to Joao Pedro. And, Yoga Bonito. What a goal! Obrigado! That was an absolute beaut. A chip over the goalkeeper. The Samba Boys celebration. Brazil is back, baby! The Samba Boys are back at Chelsea, and I'm loving it. It's giving Ramirez. Yeah, beautiful. And it's within 20 minutes, we scored 3 goals, and PSG, it was after the second goal, Enrique was going, what the hell's happening here? How are they setting up? What is this weird, like, tactical setup? Enzo Maresca has masterminded against me. He was crying tears. Maybe not. But, yeah, so half-time, and then obviously it was going to be a different game in the second half. We needed to make sure we didn't concede early. They came out, they really applied the pressure. We knew that would happen, so don't put the spaces in. Let them come out, let them get tired, and then we'll sort of take the game to them. And that's what we did. The changes were made. Delap comes on. He nearly scores an absolute beauty in his first action on the ball, forcing an excellent save for Gianluigi Donnarumma. He indeed nearly scores another one, forcing a good save from Donnarumma again. Delap looks very good, looks very different to Joao Pedro. It looks like Maresca's got 2 great strikers that can do 2 different things. Neither of them, of course, will be called up to AFCON because neither of them are African internationals. So I think there's a very good chance also we might sell Jackson, who, by the way, would have been watching on in this game, who didn't even come off the bench, of course. And by the way, get it in now. Penny for Noni Madueke's thoughts? Lol. For the money we sold you for, mate, we bought Joao Pedro, who just scored in the final. 3 goals. He was on a Brazilian beach. Hold on. Anyway, let's just quickly get through the end of it. Yada, yada, yada. Changes fights. Head loss. Joao Neves loses his mind. Pulls the hair of Mark Cucurella, who's been winding him up really well. And by the way, we haven't had a fruit house like that since Diego Costa. Cucurella is an absolute beauty for that. I am loving the wind-up. We need a bit of that at Chelsea. And yeah, and then there's fights and all sorts of lovely stuff. And Chelsea win! Chelsea win the Club World Cup. We're the best team in the world. There's a trophy to prove it. We've got the medals. So let's go through player performances. Rob Sanchez in goal. He had a few nervy moments that make me think, oh yeah, he does those. But he made 6 saves. 3 of them were excellent. A punch, 1 run out successful, 5 saves inside his box. He made a high claim. It's not the worst pass rate accuracy in the world. Well, I've seen it worse from him, should I say? And 2 clearances. Look, it was it's a seminal moment for Sanchez, because it either is the moment he sorts his life out, or it's the beautiful sign-off of, yeah, it was tricky at Chelsea, but remember that performance I put in the final for you boys? In the World Cup final? Remember that? Yes, I will, Sanchez. No matter what. Like, I want an upgrade. I'm not changing my mind on one performance, and he still had a few moments. So for me, that's, is who he is. But I won't, I'm very, very, very thankful and respectful of this excellent performance he put in the final. All the defenders were great. I think Malo Gusto deserves great credit. Everyone was raising eyebrows when he and James were playing. A lot of people wouldn't have started Gusto in this final. There was a moment where he took a shot where he shouldn't have. He's just desperate for that first Chelsea goal, and he had the ambition and the stones to imagine it would happen in the Club World Cup final. But one of the goals actually came from, of course, I think Palmer's second goal came from him. It was the first goal, when he takes a shot and it comes back to him, and it was a poor shot. So he just needs that goal, but he played really well, really athletic. And they all played well. Let's talk about 2 players, Cole Palmer and Joao Pedro. Firstly, Cole Palmer, what can you say about him? He's an absolute beast, man. He's, all the PR done was Ousmane Dembele and him sitting on that, girder in New York, looking down. And people will be like that, don't watch soccer much. They'll be like, well, tune in. These 2 guys, the PSG guy and the Chelsea guy. Well, the Chelsea guy freaking moonwalked on that pitch and dunked on the PSG guy a couple of times. I love Ousmane Dembele as a player, man, but it was the Cole Palmer show. He'll win man of the match. He got 2 goals and an assist. The world is watching. He's going to be FIFA's boy, and he's Chelsea's boy. And Joao Pedro, man, what a proper striker. Proper striker, man. Proper striker. He's like a, well, I say that, he's a proper striker, is like not a false nine, but he's of immense quality that is worthy of starting for Chelsea Football Club from first glance. And if he continues this, he looks like that first flick when Palmer just put it wide. That's what we need from him. Because we saw Jackson do that, but he looks like he's going to do stuff Jackson won't. Delap looks obviously completely different. He's like a good bully transitional number 9. And we'll use Delap. We'll use Joao Pedro. I'm feeling good, guys. Wow. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. We're going to be riding this high for a long time. So make sure you stick around. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Champions of the mother world. Peace.